And now we're going to take a look at the broader markets and investors as we await the Fed's rate decision. And for that, we have Portia Capital Management owner Michelle Connell here. And Michelle, great to see you here today. Let me just get your overview of what you're expecting in terms of fireworks, or maybe no fireworks in a few hours.
Jared, I'm probably in the same camp as everyone else, and I'm going to reiterate what Jennifer just said. I think the Fed comes out with a 75-point rate hike, and they remain conservative going forward, and they keep a stern tone towards inflation. But that being said, we're seeing some areas of weakness in some pricing, shipping, imports that are used by consumers and producers. So I think maybe sooner versus later, they'll kind of slow down the pace of increases.
Well, and then let me ask for your market reaction here. We have seasonality. The best 6 months of the year, historically speaking, is upon us here, starting with November, the end of October there. That is well understood in the markets. But more than that, there are a lot of idiosyncratic factors going on. What sectors in terms of equities do you like? What broad movements would you expect in terms of risk metrics going forward?
Well, I think because we're at the midterm election cycle, and I'm going to couple that with what you just said about where we are in the cycle. In a midterm election afterwards, between November, the end of November and April, you typically see an upswing in the market or an increase of about 14%. That being said, maybe that doesn't happen. But what gives me some solace here is that even though the last month was pretty strong for the S&P and for the Russell, we still have 50% of the publicly traded stocks that are down 50% year to date. So this is becoming a stock picker's market.
Well, and let me ask you about some of those sectors you may like. Tech really has taken it on the nose. I mean, most things besides energy are down considerably, but especially tech. Anything in there or any other sectors you're liking right now?
I still like the chip sector. I started off as a semiconductor analyst back in the day, was a little bit early on that, but you're still seeing strong demand for an NVIDIA, and I think AMD posted strong earnings. I like the data centers and the storage. And I also think Tesla has a chance. And going back to the storage area, I think Snowflake looks interesting. All three stocks that I named are down 50% year to date. But I'm not just looking at technology. There's still some good names in energy, even though energy has been the best performing sector. Shell looks really interesting. They had great earnings. They're trading at a deep discount versus their peers, about 50%, strong dividend. I like some of the industrials. Deere, I look at that kind of as a technology innovation play because they're so strong on their software and being able to maximize the acreage that are used. And that also plays a strong dividend. So it's not just one sector, but it's finding those pockets of each sector that still look attractive, in terms of their pricing and potentially their income potential.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. We're going to find out a bunch more on this topic in a few hours. In the meantime, thank you, Michelle Connell, Portia Capital Management owner.